9.1 is going to go on the top. Don't forget that decimal. And we line up our numbers. 7 times 1 is 7, and 9 times 7 is 63. We have 1 decimal space, so we're going to carry that over, and we get 63.7. So now we have 63.7, and then don't forget, divide by 2. Two can go into 6 3 times. 2 can go into 3 1 time. Don't forget, when we have decimals, we just carry that straight up. Bring down your 7. 2 can go into 17 8 times. When we run out of numbers, add a 0, carry it down. And 2 can go into 10 5 times. So the area of each triangle is A equals 31.85 centimeters squared. Now, unfortunately, we are not done. We just did the second step. We still need to do our third step. Now, what I'm writing in pink is my area, so that way I can visually see what each area is. All right, now our third step is to calculate our lateral. Our lateral is faces, no bases. Now, there's a little trick. Now, some of you might realize it. Since all of our faces are the same, this time we can simply multiply. Our measurement for one face is 31.85, and we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 faces, so we can just multiply it by 4. 5 times 4 is 20, carry your 2. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 2, which is 34. 4 times 1 is 4, plus 3 is 7. And 4 times 3, which is 12. But remember, you have decimal spaces, 1, 2 to be exact, so 1, 2 needs to move over. So then our lateral surface area equals 127.4 centimeters squared. Total, I wrote kind of big, I'm sorry, so hopefully I can organize it a little better. I might have to move down. Total is your faces and bases. So our faces, I have 4 faces, all of which are 31.85. And then since I have a pyramid, I only have 1 base. So all we're going to do is add that measurement, which is 49. Now we already solved this. 4 times 31.85 is 127.4. So all that's left is to add 49 to that. When you add, you should get 176.4 centimeters squared. All right. Number 5. Find the lateral and total surface area of the following prism. Well, we can identify or shade in our bases. Our bases, well, one of the bases is already shaded for us, so we can go ahead and shade that other one. Again, I like to make sure I know all of the measurements. So if this is 12, then this top piece is also going to be 12. If this is 10, this top piece is also going to be 10. Same thing here. This piece is 10, this piece is also 10. And then since these are all the level, if you notice this one's 14, every single one of these is also 14. right, so what I'm going to do is make those arrows kind of like I did earlier and to find the area of each shape. So let's start with this one. This shape is a rectangle, so to find the area of a rectangle, we're going to do A equals base times height. My base for this rectangle is 10, and my height is 14. Ten times 14 is 140. So the area of this particular rectangle is 140. If you notice, this rectangle as well as this rectangle on the end, they have the same measurement, so they're also going to have the same area. Right? This middle one, this middle rectangle, we're looking for area of a rectangle, so we're going to use A equals base times height, where our base is 12, right here, base is 12, and height is 14. 12 times 14 gives us 168. Therefore, our area for this middle rectangle is 168. All right, lastly, we need to do our bases. Right? Our bases are triangles, so we're going to use the area of a triangle formula, which is base times height divided by 2. Our base of our base measurement of our base shape right here is 12. And the height of our triangle is 8. Don't forget, divide by 2 because it's a triangle. Multiply first. 12 times 8, which is 96. And then 96 divided by 2, which gives us 48. Therefore, the area of both our bases is 48. It's kind of hard to see, but I put 48 right here. All right, once we find the area of each figure, we're going to add them based on what we're solving. So lateral, again, is your faces only. In that case, it's going to be 140. My pencil keeps breaking. I apologize, guys. One of my faces is 140. And then I have 168. And 140 again. Add those all together, and those represent my faces. Oops. My apologies. Moving too fast. You get 448. In this particular problem, it didn't come with units, so you can just put 448 squared. We also need to find our lateral. Excuse me, we just found our lateral. Our total, which is faces and bases. Our faces would be adding up together 140 plus 168 plus 140. Okay, 140 plus 168 plus 140. We also need to add that to our bases. We have two bases, both of which measure up to, 48. So we can just use multiplication to solve that one. These add up to 448. We found that by finding our lateral. And we just need to add that to 2 times 48, which is 96. Add those together and you should get 544 units squared. And that is your total. All right, number 6. The base and all 3 faces of a triangular pyramid are equilateral triangles, meaning that they all have the same side measurements with side lengths of 6 inches. Meaning if this is 6, this one's also 6, and this one is 6. All of these measure up to 6. The height of each triangle is 5 inches. Use the net to find the lateral area and total surface area of the triangular pyramid. All right, step 1, shade that base. Step 2, I kind of already did. I did the measurements. So we're going to move on to the next step, which is finding the area of each of these. Now, the good thing about this is that they're all equilateral. They're all the same, so we just need to find one of them, one area. So the area of a triangle formula is base times height divided by 2. If you notice, these are all the same, so you can pick 6 or any side, and it's going to be your base. So 6, since this is 6, and then my height, it tells me right here, height is 5 inches. Then we're going to divide that by 2. 6 times 5 is 30, and 30 divided by 2 is 15. So that means each of these triangles measures 15 inches squared. Your next step is to find the lateral. Lateral again is faces, no bases. Since they're all the same, and how many faces do we have? We have 1, 2, 3 faces. So, and they're all the same, we can just multiply. 15 times 3 equivalent faces, which gives us 45 inches squared. Total is our faces and bases. All of these are the same, so we have our faces, 3 faces that are 15 apiece, plus our 1 base, which is 15. So then 45 plus 15, which gives us total surface area of 60 inches squared. TSA is just total surface area. Same with LSA. It's your lateral surface area. Not to confuse you. All right, now we're about to go into volume. Number 7. The formula for finding the volume of a prism. Also, what does each letter in the formula represent? Formula or volume of a prism is V equals capital B times H. Remember that capital B means something different. The V represents your volume. B represents the area of base, area of your base shape. And then the H not only represents the height, it's your height of your prism. And you can find that